Hello, YouTube. RJ. Well, I got to stay off eBay and AliExpress. I just keep ordering stuff. Got something new for the lab. Let's get in and see what I got. I'm a little iffy on the packing. I'm not real wild about the packing job they did. I see holes where I can literally see what's inside. I don't think they did a very good packing job, so I'm a little concerned there. So let's get in and see what we got. So let me see where the best place to start cutting on this thing will be. Being I don't have a lot of protection, it doesn't appear. I'm a little worried about scratching or cutting into stuff. So yeah, I bought California strawberries. There you go. Let the secret out. Or already, it's California strawberries. That's what I wanted to show you. Of course it's not. Of course it's not. Hell yes. Absolutely nothing between the top of the device other than a piece of cardboard. That's not how, guys, that's not how you ship stuff. Hopefully my viewers are better about that than this. This is not the way you ship stuff. If you ever seen the way shippers handle these boxes, I can tell you stories. This is called find whatever junk you have to pack something up in and send it and try to make it work, even though it's not the right thing. All right. What do we have? Well, what we have is a new, to me, Agilent 34401 multimeter. Kind of looks like it could use a cleaning. Doesn't look like it got beat up too bad being packed so poorly. So there it is. Needs a good cleaning and wiping off, I'll tell you that. So I tell you what, how about I take this meter and I start doing a little cleaning up on it. Let me wipe it all off because it is really nasty. Let me get it all cleaned up a little bit. We'll get a power cord. We'll get this thing turned on, see if it boots up, if it looks like it's going to work. And we'll do a quick little test of it, make sure we think it's going to work. And hopefully we got a decent piece of equipment for the lab. So I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I pulled the rubber bumpers and the handle off. They're in the sink soaking to get clean. This cleaned up pretty nice. There's only one thing about it that troubles me at this point. I want to show you is this right here. They have put a screw through the case and mounted some kind of security lock for the lab or whatever to keep people from stealing it. Yeah, I don't want that on there. I'm gonna have to see what I can do. I got a feeling there's holes in the case, obviously, so that's not good. And you got to be careful with these eBay sellers. They intentionally did not show this side of the case. I went back and looked at it and said, well, it looked really good in the pictures. It did. As long as you didn't show this side of the case, you can't see it. The way they had it set up and filming from right here, and they made sure you did not see that at any time. And just kind of failed to mention that there was a giant black security bolt screwed through the case. Nothing I can do about it. So looks good other than that. We'll see what we can do about getting that off, how bad it looks or whatever. But so at this point, I've got a power cord on it. I thought we'd go ahead and power it up and do, first thing I want to do is run a self-test right off the bat before I do anything, if it powers up, which if it doesn't, it's going back. So let me make sure I get it where you can see it decent. Let's see if it'll pass a test. So hold the shift, turn the power on. I got to wait. I think it's about 5 seconds or something like that. There you go. Testing. Here are the relays. And come on, pass, baby. Come on, pass. It already beeps, which means error. Oh, passed. Okay. We've passed. We're up. The screen looks pretty good. The plastic's pretty good. I'm going to polish it a little bit, but it looks pretty good. Face looks pretty good. Couple little scratches, what you'd expect. It's not all chipped off on the edge here like they're prone to doing. People don't take care of them. Looks to be in really good shape. Like I said, that bolt through the side is going to be the only negative, I think. So we've done that. So what I thought I'd do is go ahead and test and see if the meter appears to work. I pulled out some probes, some leads. And so what I thought is we'd go ahead and just hook it up and broke out the Lynx DMM1 checker. Now, bear in mind, this is not like a DMM Check Plus or super accurate. It's just a basic voltage reference. Should give us a pretty good idea if it's in the range of what it should be. So we're going to go with 5 volts. Let's see what we get. Make sure I get it where you guys can see it. What do we got? 5.0008. Yeah, that's pretty good. 800 microvolts. That's well below what the accuracy of the chip in this thing is. So I'm happy with that. I'm gonna say that's really good. See, I think there, added another digit. 5.0007877. It's within specs of this chip, so that's as good as I can do. Looks good there. Let's go ahead and check the resistance. We're going to do a 2-wire resistance. Let's try nulling out the, if I can remember how you do it. Okay, we're wanting to null out these probes. Let's see, where is that at? And do shift and null, or no shift and null. There we go. So we're overloaded. Now we should be pretty low. Yeah. So let's put 5,000 ohms on it. See what it says. 4.9995. That's well within the tolerance of the resistor on this thing. So that's looking good. So let's go ahead and try a current. Why don't we? Let's go ahead and pull that. Let's go to shift DC current. Plug in here. Put her here. This should be in the 5 milliamp range. So let's see what we get. 4.9732. I have to look at my sheet, but I think that's probably going to be within the tolerance of the voltage of the chip and the resistor I've put in there. You got 2 tolerances that are going to add. So I think that's probably well within that. 4.97. Can we null it? Again. 4.973. 4.973.1 roughly. Okay, I'm gonna say that's good. Now, trying to decide whether I want to spend money and send this out and have it calibrated. It's not cheap, but this is an old enough meter that the reference in it should have settled in, become very stable. So if I was to get it calibrated, I would know the status of this, and I would know that probably for me, for the next 5 years, I'd probably be good. I know this thing isn't going to drift enough in 5 years. I mean, you don't know that unless you have the whole history, if you want to get into the metrologist point of it. But for a little lab like mine, you can pretty well bet it's going to be all right. I'm thinking on that. I might put some quotes out and see what it cost me to have this thing calibrated. Now, that looks good. I want to check one other thing, and that one other thing is I want to check the rear jacks. I want to see if they're working all right. So let's try one more thing. Let's do a 4-wire resistance. Let me grab my... okay, so I didn't have Kelvin clips for this, but I grabbed another set of leads. I've got it hooked up 4 lead. And I've switched over to 4-wire. Make sure. Yeah, 4-wire. Yep, 4W over here. And I'm reading 4.99942. Same range, same ballpark. Didn't change much. Of course, I didn't short out the probe, so that might be a... Let's do it right. Give me just a second. Let me short these out and zero everything under 4-wire. Okay, let's try it now. Didn't change. 4.99943. So there you go. It works. Now what I'm going to do, give me a minute. I'm going to open this thing up, see what we can do about this. And then literally I've got to get the bumpers clean, polish this, get the bumpers clean, handle clean, put them back on. And I'm good. It's just a matter of whether I end up sending this thing out to be calibrated or not, or what I do, or I thought about buying a DMM Check Plus. Kind of all over the place. Do want to get something a little more accuracy than this. This works really well for my typical meters, but as you start getting 6.5 and or more, you're going to need something a little more precise. So probably I'm not going to do anything that precision, but just want to be relatively accurate and be able to check that and verify that. So give me just a second. Let's get into this thing and see what we can do about this. Okay, let's get this thing apart and see what I can do with that. Kind of tight. There it is. Pretty snug on there. Okay. What do I see down in here when I look? Can't really see anything. I'm wondering if that's just glued on the side with something. Yeah, I don't think that's screwed through. I think it's glued on or something. Yes. There's nothing coming through the case. It's glued on. What's it going to be like taking it off? How much damage is it going to do to the paint and such? I don't know. Looks like that can be unscrewed off of there easy enough. Let me hold up, relax a minute. Let me go research, see if I can find anything on this thing and see if there's any magic way to get it off of there. Probably not. Probably on there some kind of unbelievable adhesive that's never coming off. Okay, I went and researched this bolt thing right here. And as it turns out, there's no getting that off. This is glued on. I found the company, everything, security company. They apply these onto the case with an industrial super glue, not the regular super glue me and you use, but industrial grade stuff. They claim that you're going to tear the case totally up, not just the paint, but the case up trying to get this off. So we're done. We're going to have to live with this, as much as I hate that. But, again, got to be careful about the people you're dealing with on eBay. This seller made sure that you didn't get any picture that would give you a hint that this was over here. Just kind of forgot to mention that it had a big security bolt on the side of it. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and open this thing up and see how clean it is inside. And the reason I want to do that is because I've got my little blower, and if it's got any dust or anything right now, I want to clean it out before I, finish up this thing. I'm also going to, boy, somebody over tightened every bolt on this. Sorry about that. So anyway, had to get on and get that loose. Somebody over tightened the bolts on this thing. They're not supposed to be put in as tight as these were. So anyway, I want to see if I can get this pulled out, see what it looks like inside. If it's clean, great. If not, I'll blow it out. Oh, it's very clean. Very clean. I don't know that I even need to. Yeah, you see, there's no bolts. Let me see. How do I want to turn that? Get it where you guys can see. You can see here. Um, here's the bowl. As you see, it doesn't go through. It's literally just glued on the side. So we're stuck with that. There's no getting out of that. So just looking at the meter is clean as could be inside. It's original caps, I'm going to say, because it's got the Kapton tape, unless somebody else replaced them and put them in. Although the meter is not a real old meter in the scope of what most of these 34401s, the HPs especially. This thing looks spotlessly clean. I don't see anything. I don't see, they don't have fans in them, so they're quiet, and they also don't tend to collect dust like your equipment with fans. Although we have to admit that frequency meter was spotless inside also. So anyway, everything looks really good in here. Don't see I need to do anything at all. So I just need to put her back together. I am going to run across these acrylic plastic quickly with a little bit of polish and cleaner. Get a couple of the fine little scratches pulled out. And then we will call this thing ready. All right, we got it all back together. Looks good. Top cleaned up really nice. Got all the little markings and got the old sticker off. Got the goop off of it. Bumpers and handle cleaned up pretty good. Pretty nice. Not bad at all. Polished out the screen a little. Looks good. I didn't get it's not like I paid a ton of money for this thing, but I didn't get it super, super cheap, but I got it pretty cheap. I thought it was cheap for the quality. I didn't know this was going to be on there. Probably wouldn't have bought it if that's on there. Just because, as well as I do how that is. It's not a pristine meter and no means with something mounted on the side like that, but it works really well. Was able to get in the calibration menu and find out a little bit of information. So let me see if I can pop in the menu, make sure you guys can see this well. Let's go into the menu. And let's go to the cal menu. And I've unsecured it already. Let's see, I'm trying to remember. I gotta go this way. Okay, cal count. 35. This thing's been calibrated 35 times in its life. So obviously it was in a major shop where they were doing cals every year on it at least. So 35 cals. Let's see what other. I'm gonna go back here. And when was it last calibrated? Well, that would be September 28, 2012. So we know it was calibrated. Hasn't been calibrated in, so what is that, 10, 11, 12, 13 years. So might be a great candidate to send out and have calibrated. So I may do it. Let me see what the price comes back. I'll give you all feedback and let you know. That's going to finish this up. I think this thing's going to look good stacked on that. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me on this. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next video.